Hey, what's up? Went to the first day of the NVIDIA GTC. That's the Golden Ticket Conference. I think that's the GT part at least. But it was nice. Honestly, I think just a quick review. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really good experience for myself. Going to more and more conferences, getting a better feel for what I like about conferences and what I don't like. Just also for a quick disclaimer, I had an exhibit hall pass, so I wasn't able to go to a lot of the workshops. I don't think I was even able to go to any of them. There was one I kept stopped by, but I was like, nah, I was just not in the mood for that one at that time. Um, that being said, I think something I was expecting, but which now in retrospect doesn't make a lot of sense. Nvidia is not very. It's not a business. It's not a B2C. It's not like a business to consumer company. It's more of a B2B, where it's like it's applied. Other companies build on Nvidia, right? So when you go to like an expo hall, exhibit hall, and you see a bunch of the products, it's not like these products you're going to be using. It's more products for other businesses. So that was one thing that was really interesting at the exhibit hall. Obviously, there's some cool stuff, especially with NVIDIA's architecture and products and stuff like that. It was really cool to look at. There's also some cool startups funded or partnered with NVIDIA. So that was also really interesting. There was this education startup, which was really cool to see. Um, but yeah, I think the exhibit hall. I don't think the word to say is boring. I think it was just more so. I was going in expecting like CES, like the Consumer Electronics Show, but then now I think about it, that doesn't make sense. I think my favorite part actually was the brain dates. I don't know if the brain dates gets enough coverage. 'Cause I think that was actually way more cool. The brain dates are basically just like these sessions where it's basically a coffee chat. It's basically a coffee chat hosted through the platform. So you connect with the platform and you meet with other people. It can be a one-on-one or it can be a bunch of people. So I did one brain date about cybersecurity and AI, and then I was really tired. Then I took my medicine because I'm sick right now. Getting better, thank God. But I'm sick right now. I didn't eat food, so I was just feeling nauseous. So I did that cybersecurity one. I didn't add too much input. I said a couple of things. Um, but yeah, I was a bit nervous. So then didn't say much there, but it was really nice to just get more information about cybersecurity, the state of cybersecurity and AI and stuff like that. Like seeing different gaps and problems in the industry. I also think another brain day, and this is my favorite one, was actually the Omniverse one. I forget the person's name. I think his name is Edmund. Since I'm working on the project, Crowd it's basically the Crowdflow project, the crowd simulation thing. I got to talk to him about the project, and he thought it was really cool. Someone actually did a similar project at NVIDIA, more so for accessibility, so it's not like a one-to-one, but it was really cool to connect with him. Also, just really exciting because like this is like the dude who kind of like works on stuff like this. So getting his insight was really amazing. And just getting that contact, I think was really just the most fun part. The keynote was pretty cool in itself. Um, yeah, I think the keynote was pretty cool. I think Jensen, it was really interesting because with other keynotes, it's just like you break it up amongst a bunch of other people. It's like, okay, head of marketing or head of this product comes, head of this, but like Jesse Wong just covered the full thing. And my theory as to why that's the case is that like he in itself is also like a figurehead for Nvidia. It's not like I think like when I think of Apple, I don't immediately think of Tim Cook, right? But when I think of Nvidia, in like 2 minutes or a minute and 30 seconds or 59 seconds, I think about Jensen Wong. I think he has a much more closer facial relationship to the company itself. So I think that's another reason. I also think he makes it more interesting because I feel like it's not like with Apple keynotes, it's much easier to see how it's going to impact your everyday life. It's like, oh, they have this new feature for calling. But the video things, like, you're not going to be, you as an individual, are not going to be using the GPUs they released. But they had a lot of really cool announcements, a bunch of really cool partnerships. Just a really cool company. Yeah, it was really interesting. The quantum stuff really excited me. I feel like that's when I kind of dialed in. The GPUs were really amazing. I just loved it. Really, really cool company. I think that's the number one thing. It's like, it's really interesting because um oh, they're like every NVIDIA employee so far, right? Let me just say that. So far, it's been like really cool, really passionate about the work they do. And then after the conference, I did a hackathon. So my immediate idea for the hackathon was to do a date simulator, not date simulator, a date planner. However, as I was thinking in the shower, I was like, maybe a date planner wouldn't be the best idea because this is a hack for agents for impact. So you're kind of meant to have a multi-agentic system, like obviously a multi-agentic system for dates, but I just couldn't see the impact of that level. I think it would be a cool project or endeavor to take on, but I just couldn't see the impact. So I decided to go with Quest. And just to give a quick overview as time is running out, Quest is basically an app that basically says, okay, people are disengaged from their communities, from their physical environments. How can we address that? We give them quests created towards their goals in life, and these quests kind of help them opt in to get engaged in society. So whether it's a quest to go buy something from the market or go help with this charity, or a group quest, that was kind of the idea of quest, to kind of bring people together in the physical world using a digital service. So Quest is something that I've really been excited about. I started working on the summer, very early stuff, nothing like really insane. So then I decided, okay, I'm just gonna try and like rush through Quest and get like a really good MVP here. So I did do that. Better than expected. Not everything I wanted was there, and I got it done. I'm really happy. It was a 2 hour hackathon for context. I was really impressed. 'Cause I was like, oh, by the end, like the stuff, like if I didn't do this 2 hour hackathon, the advancements I made with the project would probably have taken like 2 months, right? So it's really cool to see what you can do in like 2 focused hours. I didn't win. That was really disappointing, but I also think it goes to show that there's so much more room, for me to improve. Even think about it, like when I saw it wasn't a case where I was like, oh, why did I win? Blah blah blah. There was projects where I was like, okay, that makes sense for them to win. Um, I have a lot of room to improve. I think the user interface and just make it, I think a lot of the stuff, a lot of the coolest features, I don't think were there. It's not like the features that were that was just like the context retriever. So take your geolocation, the weather, and build quests created to that. Also take information like, oh, does this person want to work on lead code? Does this person want to walk? Take all of that information, combines it, and then you can generate quests. So I think that's something else pretty cool. But also, I kind of like to show that a bit. I also wanted to build like a. I'm not even gonna get into the weeds of it, but then when I'm gonna take that experience, but also have a lot. I was able to advance the project a lot, so I'm really grateful. There's another hackathon happening tomorrow, so hopefully I can get participate in that if the time allows. But yeah, first day was really nice, so really cool. I'm really excited to have gone. I'm also going to the second day to just do. I'm hosting 2 brain dates, one for open source AI and one for the best framework in for AI in education. So it's gonna be really interesting to see. And then that'll be my experience with GTC. Besides that, though, I have nothing else to say. So have a great day.